Hello and welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Box Seat. I'm Mark Warwood. 8 races at Belmont on Wednesday. We're expecting a partly cloudy day, around 22 degrees Celsius. The track, I think it will definitely be a good 4. And the rail, it will be at 16 metres and there will be a cutaway in operation in the straight. Race number 1 at Belmont on Wednesday will jump at 1:14. It's the free entry to Belmont Park Maiden over 1,300 metres. And in replay, we're off to the trials and the most recent trial of Notorious One.
Up 4 wide, Notorious One, and just in behind them we have Stephen Parnham with Pinky Promise trying to come through, Dash to Victory, and the last 2 Run Like Fire and Diffusion, but still leading them, Said No One Ever. Coming on Trudels quite strongly and out wide, just racing a little bit erratically and hanging in is Notorious One, but it is finishing well. Notorious One goes up to Trudels and Said No One Ever, and Notorious One goes on to victory.
Not a particularly strong maiden to kick off the card, and ended up with the untried number 3, Notorious One. Now, this is an Animal Kingdom side, half-brother of the 3-time black type winner in She's Clean, and also a relation of the smart sprinter Floyd, who's based here in WA. Debuts in a week, maiden. Thought the trials have been okay. Blinkers on, they mean business here. Jordan Turner rides, goes on top. The best of the exposed horses is number 4, Perfect Harmony for Barry Newman and Lakdar Romilly. Claims down to 53 kilos. Tried to lead all of the way last start in maiden grade at Northern. Was beaten a length and a half by Off We Go. Subsequently come to town and won. And this is, of course, the half-sister of the talented gelding King Blitz that went to miss at the trials on Monday. Number 6 is Holy Enchantment, now improved really significantly. Second start for Stephen Miller last campaign. Paul Harvey was in the saddle that day, finished second at $13. It's had the one trial leading into the second campaign. Could certainly go well here off a 77-day break. And then down the bottom, number 9, Gold Merits, made a debut at Belmont Park 2 weeks ago. Dipped midway through that race, expecting some improvement here, but that's drawn a bit sticky. Gate number 8 of 9 for Craig Staples. Top selection in race number 1 is the untried number 3, Notorious One, to beat 4 Perfect Harmony, 6 Holy Enchantment and 9 Gold Merits. Race number 2 at Belmont on Wednesday will jump at 1:49. It's the Ascot Racing Carnival maiden over the 1,300 metres. The Ascot Racing Carnival starts on the 10th of October and goes all the way through to the 2nd of January. In replay, let's have a look at the trial of MIYAGI.
First to leave with Ultimate Fix, No Surrender, MIYAGI between those runners. Down on the inside, Apple Schnaps, then Tempest Miss and Maud driven up to try and catch up to the leading few. So, No Surrender out in the centre, picks it up with Ultimate Fix going with it. They've beaten off MIYAGI and Apple Schnaps, but Ultimate Fix doing best late on, and Ultimate Fix by a length over No Surrender.
Found this very, very hard, this race. Had about 4 horses very evenly rated. Ended up with number 8 here, MIYAGI, from gate number 1. Yard informed, Darren McAuliffe. Only Adam Durant has trained more winners in town this season. The gate's really good with the cutaway in operation, and she's the most marginal of top picks in what is a very even maiden. From number 6, Fiery Bay for Brian Kersley and CJP. Blinkers off, winkers on here. Finished within a length of the size produce 4th Chicklet in a maiden at Northern last I'm out. On form, that would suggest that Fiery Bay's got a very good chance of breaking her maiden in town on Wednesday. Number 4, South Star, resumed with a run-in on second in a Northern maiden last month. That was behind Uncanny Timing, beaten the length, only had the 1 trial, won that trial as well. You can certainly win without surprising, and the yard is in tip-top form. And then number 1, Shyster, was 2.5 lengths off MIYAGI's stablemate, a horse called Igarashi, in a Belmont maiden first up. One would suspect that Darren McAuliffe's got a pretty good handle on that horse. It'll be interesting to see the market moves here. I think MIYAGI and Shyster, he'll be able to line those up. Top selection in race number 2 is number 8, MIYAGI, to beat 6 Fiery Bay, 4 South Star and 1 Shyster. Race number 3 at Belmont on Wednesday will jump at 2:24. It's the C Corp handicap over 1,000 metres, and in replay we're off to the trials again, and the most recent trial of Express Time.
And then BOBCAT coming through in the centre, and down on the inside is Oyhana to the outside, running on Oceans 15 at the 250. Brooklyn Pier nicely clear. Express Time, the grey, is coming on the outside, and back behind them Prevailing Winds, and down the outside is Oceans 15, and battling away is BOBCAT, but it is all Brooklyn Pier. It's going to bolt in over Oceans 15, and Brooklyn Pier won it well from Oceans.
Not a bad race is race number 3. Ended up with number 4, Express Time. They paid quite a bit for this horse at the yearling sales, $110,000. Has had 3 starts, 1 win and 1 minor placings. What's been significant about all 3 of those runs is they've been fast run races, so maybe the form is a little bit better than it reads. Gate number 3 here, Neville Parnham and Brad Parnham combined. Brad rode the horse in the trial behind Brooklyn Pier, who was very, very impressive when he got to the races. Goes on top. From number 2, June Messiah. Now, this horse would take a stack of beating if he reproduced what he did first up. That was in maiden grade, beat Petite La Femme, ran a very good rating for a maiden that day, subsequently unplaced in 2 Class 1s, a repeat performance of the first up run, and June Messiah could certainly win. Number 5 is Smart Princess. Now, laid in under pressure last time out. That was at Northern behind Arctic Blue. First up, expecting some improvement here for Jason Brown, who takes over from Chris Parnham. And then number 1, Lording, who won on his reappearance back in April, but he comes back to the races here for Barry Newman and Lapdar Romilly without a trial. We haven't seen this horse for 123 days. Top selection in race number 3 is number 4, Express Time, to beat 2, June Messiah, 5, Smart Princess, and 1, Lording. Race number 4 at Belmont on Wednesday will jump at 1 minute to 3. It's the Mun Champagne Handicap over 1,200 metres. And in replay, let's have a look at the second trial of Triple Missile.
Sprightly Star, and up on the outside is She Skates, and to the outside is You Do You. In the straight though, Cross Statement got away, led by a length and a half. Captain Burglar giving chase strongly. 2 lengths away is Triple Missile running on as well. Captain Burglar coming after Cross Statement. Triple Missile finishing fast, but Captain Burglar has put the nose in front of Cross Statement. Triple Missile coming late. Captain Burglar grabbed by Triple Missile. He goes home better and beat Captain Burglar.
Couple of unraced horses in race number 4. I'm going to go with one of those. Number 2, Triple Missile for Todd Harvey and Sean McGruddy. Sean's been aboard in both of its trials. They've both featured Captain Burglar, was behind that horse in the first trial over 400 metres rather, and in the second trial we just saw in replay, beat Captain Burglar by just under half a length. I think in race conditions I'd expect Captain Burglar to beat Triple Missile, but Captain Burglar came out and won very, very well at Belmont not that long ago. I think Triple Missile's trial form is certainly good enough to be suggesting can be very competitive here on first start. Goes on top from number 3, Exurb, who ran well behind the same horse, Captain Burglar, 7 days ago under race conditions, but still does quite a bit wrong in the run. Didn't miss the start last start, but you can't guarantee that Exurb will jump with them. Gate number 3 can win without surprising. Number 1 is No Surrender, has warmed up for his return with the 2 short trials, both over the 400 metres at Larkhill under Mitchell Pateman. Mitchell sticks here, 60 kilos, Winkers go on as well, did win the most recent of the 2 trials. And then number 6, Hell's Bell, on speed filly this horse for Craig Staples and Reece Radford has drawn gate number 2, has had the 3 starts, 3 minor placings, and therefore has to go in the minors. Top selection in race number 4 is the debutant, number 2, Triple Missile, to beat 3, Exurb, 1, No Surrender, and 6, Hell's Bell. Race number 5 at Belmont on Wednesday will jump at 3:35. The Iron Jack Handicap over 1,700 metres in replay. Let's go back to Belmont a couple of weeks ago and the runner-up finish of Divine Quest.
Pateman right back there in the field. Into the straight. Looks like Magic was quickly taken on and headed by Kentucky Lover. Here comes Combat Ready, Arnie's Boy. And down the outside, Divine Quest as well. Great Waters struggling at the moment. Moderator's joining in also with a well-timed run. It's Moderator nearing the 100. Racing up with Divine Quest to head off Arnie's Boy. Moderator's the leader. Divine Quest fighting back, but Moderator's too good. Moderator won the last over Divine Quest.
Another even race on this Belmont card. Settled with number 4 here, Divine Quest for Colin Webster and Peter Nucky. Now beat all bar Moderator in that replay race 2 weeks ago. Moderator went round on Saturday, finished 4th. Didn't really have a great deal of luck in the straight. Certainly if he'd seen clear daylight, I think the Moderator would have certainly run into the places in that graduation event and perhaps even gone close to winning. I think the forms certainly stacks up. Divine Quest won 2 starts ago as well. Goes on top. From number 3, Zip Your Lips. Now this horse was disappointing last start. It was in the Saturday 66 plus over the 2,200 metres, was beaten 10 lengths by Bonneville Black. Did come back with an elevated heart rate, and Adam Durant also thought that the horse probably wasn't suited by the trip. Back in trip to 1,700 metres, 2 starts ago, won a Class 3 over 1,600 at Pinjarra. Number 2, the Cat Ratcher, really ran very well, certainly above market expectations. First up, he was 60 to 1 that day, was only beaten 3 lengths by Foamy, was finishing off quite strongly as well. But he is a swooper here. He loses the senior jockey, gets Christy Bennett's 3 kilo claim, 57 kilos, gate number 3. And then number 5, RACY. Now this horse hasn't placed since September 2018, but her latest effort in finishing behind Tycoon Storm, who ran okay on Saturday at Belmont in a Saturday race, was certainly her best for a couple of years. Gate number 1 gets a claim as well, with Chris Graham taking over from CJP. Top selection in race number 5 is number 4, Divine Quest, to beat 3, Zip Your Lips, 2, The Cat Ratcher, and 5, Racy Ava. Race number 6 at Belmont on Wednesday will jump at 4:15. It's the Salinger handicap over 1,200 metres and in replay. Let's have a look at the last start performance of Casino War.
Dune Messiah going back onto the inside will get the benefit of the cutaway, followed by Classic Magnus, who's starting to wind up now, and likewise back in the field, hitting top gear, Divine Pair. 175 to go. On the outside, it's Classic Magnus going to the lead from Casino War. Divine Pair down the outside continues to run on. Classic Magnus, Casino War, and Classic Magnus just won. Classic.
Lot to like about the first up performance of Casino War. Had a bit of a gap after running in the Marjorie Charleston, about 4 months off, and then came to Belmont first up without a trial. Simone Altieri in the saddle, misstrode about 150 metres from home, was only beaten half a length by Classic Magnus. I think this the format of that race will work out quite well with Classic Magnus and Divine Pair, the other horses that were in the top 3. I think improvement here second up from gate number 1. Casino War can be there or thereabouts and goes on top. From number 6, Smile For Me, who would have been the top pick in this race if Vernon Brockman had elected to remove her bar plate. She was good with the bar plates on last start behind Native Chimes, finishing second in a Class 1 for the fillies and the mares. This is a Class 1, but it's open to the geldings as well. I would just love to see that gear change. Hasn't happened yet, but 55 kilos with Lactar Romilly in the saddle. Number 1, Choice Command, does get a gear change. The blinkers come off. It means this horse races without them for the first time since January. Alan Kennedy and Neville Parker combined. This horse can be on speed in spite of the wide gate. And then number 5, She's Got Merit. She won first up in January, and going through her form, not only for Daniel and Ben Pearce, but previously with Nick Cox, one would suspect this horse is definitely a fresh-only proposition. She hasn't trialled. Big watch on her. Top selection in race number 6 is number 4, Casino War. To beat 6, Smile For Me, 1, Choice Command, and 5, She's Got Merit. Race number 7 at Belmont on Wednesday will jump at 5 minutes to 5. It's the Tap Touch, Better Your Bet handicap over 1,300 metres and in replay. We're just going to go back 7 days and the run of Annihilator.
They squared off at the 350. Our Insider levels up to it. Nobelium also joins in. Fiery Water is down the outside. Euro Trip getting a split. Wider out, Annihilator, and here comes Approach as well. They're across the track, 100 left to go, but it's Approach who storms up. It grabs the lead from last. Thank you very much. And Approach, a soft winner. Didn't have to turn the road.
Annihilator was very good behind Approach 7 days ago. It was only beaten a length and a half. Prior to that, was beaten 2 lengths by Rationale. To be beaten less than 2 lengths by those couple of gallopers in recent times, I think he's reasonable enough form for this Class 3. Backs up. I think that Neville Parnham's looked at the strength of this field and thought this is a very good opportunity for Annihilator, even though he's gone up from 61 kilos to 61 and a half. Gate number 5, I think there's question marks about a lot of these runners. I think if Annihilator reproduces what he did 7 days ago, he's going to take a lot of beating. Goes on top. From number 4, Stevie's Wonder. Now this horse promised the world at several Belmont trials recently, and then has delivered an atlas to all of his supporters in his subsequent 3 starts. Last start he went to the Goldfields in a 58 plus and got beaten by Fingermark, who's also from, or used to be with, Neville Parnham's yard. So Neville will have a very good handle on that horse, and with Stevie's Wonder being one of the main chances here, I think it's quite significant that Annihilator backs up quickly. Number 7 is Care Healing. Now would have to improve on its first 2 runs this campaign to figure here. May well be missing William Pike. Blinkers on, winkers off. CJP rides instead of Brad Parnham. And then number 3, Bobcat Johnnie. Certainly would have rated higher in the picks here had he not drawn gate number 11 of 11. Alan Kennedy and Ann King combined. The King stable is going very well at the moment. Top selection in race number 7 is number 1, Annihilator, to beat 4, Stevie's Wonder, 7, Care Healing, and 3, Bobcat Johnnie. Race number 8 at Belmont on Wednesday will jump at 5:30. It's the Crown Perth handicap over 2,100 metres. And in replay, let's have a look at the latest performance of Bollinger Boy.
inside, and then Almaster, and last of all Bollinger Boy racing inside the 250. Brother Paddy is trying to fight off Overthought down the outside. Deception Game's running on, and also Chatter Sessions starting to put in as well. It's Brother Paddy in front, Deception Game, Overthought, and Chatter Sessions late on the scene. Brother Paddy, Deception Game driving. Deception Game goes to Brother Paddy and gets up, I think, on the line.
Bollinger Boy posted the fastest late sectionals in that replay race. It was a West Speed, no Metro Wins race, so it was a Saturday race, but it was restricted. It was second up, and looking through his form, I think he profiles really good here. Third up over the 2100 metres, 1300 to 1600, now to 2100 metres. Mitchell Pateman rides. I think Bollinger Boy is better than this type of grade. Goes on top. From number 5, Without Reasons, best form would certainly be good enough to feature in the finish, and quite critically here, the bar plates come off. So last 3 starts, 10th, 9th and 9th. I'm expecting big improvement here from Without Reason in spite of the wide gate. Number 9 is Almaster. That comes out of the same contest as Bollinger Boy. Finished 8th that day, was beaten 3.5 lengths, has worn over course and distance. Another one that's drawn wide, just can't get out of my head how impressive Almaster was like winning at Belmont back in May over the 2200 metres. And then number 13, Treat Yourself, another one from the Durant Guard down the bottom. 11 is the gate at 13. Won 3 starts ago, it's placed in each of its last 4 starts, including that win. Can certainly go well here, but I do prefer the stablemate. Top selection in race number 8 is number 2, Bollinger Boy, to beat 5 Without Reason, 9 Almaster and 13 Treat Yourself. It's now time to nominate my best bets on the card. Going in the last 2 races, I think the best bet is number 7, number 1, Annihilator on the quick backup, and then race number 8, like the profile here of number 2, Bollinger Boy. It's easy to stay up to date with everything that's happening at Perth Racing. You can log onto our website, or you can follow us on one of our social media channels. Until next time, bye for now.